So you know those towels you've been hanging on to that are falling apart? Instead of throwing them away or turning them into rags, try this instead. I laid them out vertically on my cutting mat and using my large ruler and a rotary cutter, cut each towel into 4-inch strips. I ended up using a total of 3 towels, 2 charcoal gray and 1 beige. Next, I grabbed 2 gray strips and 1 beige strip, cut the hem off the tops, then stacked them on top of each other, sandwiching the beige strip in the middle. Then I lined the edges up and pinned them in place. I cut a long strand of heavy-duty thread, slid a needle to the middle of the thread, then tied the 2 ends in a double knot. Then I hand-stitched the pieces together. Next, I began folding each strip first so the long sides met in the middle, then folded it in half to get a more polished look. I pinned the strip all the way down to keep it folded. I repeated the same steps for the other 2 strips. Once the strips were folded, I began braiding the 3 strands. If you don't know how to braid, lay the 3 strands out on a flat surface. Start with the strand on the right side and cross it over to the left over the center strand. That strip is now the center strand. Next, cross the strand on the left to the right over the center strand, then continue braiding until you reach the end of the strands and place a pin in the end of the braid. When it was time to add another strip, I either hand stitched them together or used my sewing machine. Then I continued folding each strip, then went on braiding. Once I used all the strips, I hand stitched the end together. Now that I had my long giant braid, I found the beginning or the top of the braid, then started creating a spiral and sewing the outer braid piece to the inner braided piece. The stitches don't need to be perfect and there's no right or wrong way to do it, but I found the slip stitch to be the best. I continued creating a circle by spiraling the braid until I was happy with the size. Then I cut each end of each strip off, tucked in the ends, then stitched them in place. I cut a non-slip mat that I got from the Dollar Tree, placed that on the floor of my bathroom, then added my upcycled towel bath mat. I love that I was able to repurpose my old towels into a super comfy bath mat that is absorbent and machine washable.
If you have a boring builder-grade mirror in your bathroom, this is the perfect way to spruce it up. I wanted the frame to have some depth, so I picked up the kind of weather stripping that has a double loop to it. I want to make sure they're all a little bit longer than the mirror so that they cover the edges up. I want to have my corners look as neat as possible, and I like to use an old box to make sure that I've got them perfectly cut. To make the weather stripping look more like a pretty frame, I'm going to paint it. I've chosen this rich brown color, and I want to cover the entire top and sides. Now it's time to adhere the weather stripping to the mirror. The foam has double-sided tape on the back, so all I need to do is peel off the cover strips and I'm ready to stick it into place. The tape is quite sticky, but not enough so that I can't remove it and move it around so that I can make sure that the frame is exactly where I want it. Now that I have it all in place, I'm going to touch up a few little areas where the paint cracked as I was putting it on. This is really easy to do with a small brush. The weather stripping was the perfect choice to make this quick and easy frame, and the mirror looks so much better now.
Bathrooms can become disheveled and disorganized. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top bathroom hacks. So first up, bar of soap gets very messy on the counter, the water, everything pools around it. So I'm going to take my soap dish and I'm going to fill it with some river rocks that I got at my local dollar store and use it as a soap dish. The rocks are great because the water drains through the rocks and doesn't allow it to pool on the bar of soap. Next up, I'm going to show you a cute way to dress up your toilet paper roll. So you're going to rip off one sheet and then 2 sheets that are attached together. And then you're going to take the end and you're going to just fold it into a triangle. So this is the very end piece that's still attached to our roll. And you can see here I've just folded it under. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to just very gently poke 2 holes in through the toilet paper, just using your fingers. If it's easier, you can get your fingertip a little bit wet just to poke it through. And then you're going to go ahead and with the one square that you ripped off, you're just going to fold it into a little roll here, just like I'm doing here. And then with the 2 pieces that are still attached together, you're going to fold them over each other. And then you're going to use your fingers to pinch them down into the middle and you're going to make a bow shape. Then you're going to take the piece that you took off and rolled up and you're going to wrap it around to make a bow, and you're just going to slide it through those 2 holes that you ripped into the toilet paper and then wrap it around the back. And then here you just have a cute little bow. This is something I like to do if guests are coming over, just for a cute little way to dress up the toilet paper. Another sore spot in the bathroom is hand towels. They always just get thrown on the rack, kind of disheveled. So I just fold the towel over 2 times, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to fold it the other way vertically. So I'm going to take these ends and I'm just going to fold them into the middle on each side. So just like you see here. And then once I've done that, I'm going to fold the towel in half. And then what you'll see here is that I have a neat little pocket here, and then I can lay this over my towel rack. Now for my washcloth, I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it accordion style. And then this is going to make a nice little fan that's going to sit in the pocket. So now all I have to do is fold it over my towel bar and place the accordion washcloth inside. And this is just an easy way to fold your towels and make it look more like a spa when you come into your bathroom. If you want to roll your washcloths like they do at a spa, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you start with a square washcloth and you grab 2 of the pointy ends and you fold them into the middle. And then you flip it over and just fold it back 3/4 of the way, and then begin to roll your washcloth. And then when you'll see here, you have a little pocket here that you can tuck the tail into, and this holds them nice and tight, and they look very neat on your countertop. So I'm going to set a tray here, and I'm just going to set up a little spa-like station with some bath salts, some greenery, a candle, and then I'm going to place my washcloths here, all rolled up neat and ready to go. So I really hope that you enjoyed these bathroom hacks. I hope it helps you keep your bathroom neat and organized and store things in a prettier, more delicate way.
When I saw the bottle of mouthwash on the countertop, I knew this was the perfect way to add a little luxury to my bathroom and get rid of that ugly mouthwash bottle. Next up, I decided to stamp my toilet paper rolls. First, I want to run the tap a little bit so there's just some water left over that I'm going to use. Then I just touch the area near the tip to the tap, and the water will make a beautiful seal. As it dries, it keeps the folded paper in place and makes everything look so much nicer. Finally, I want to do something with the towels. To fold the large ones, I lay them flat, then I want to fold the sides over towards the middle. I then need to simply fold it in half, and then I can place it over the bar. If I want something a little different though, I can lay the towel face down, and before I fold in the sides, I want to make an extra fold to the side I want showing. This is going to create a little pocket when I turn it over and fold the towel in half. I'm going to slip the smaller towel right over the larger ones, and then I'm going to slip a few of these flower stems into the pocket. There are so many things you can do to make your bathroom more luxurious. I hope these tips have inspired you to make your bathroom look and feel more beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Home Talk. I'll see you next time.